All right, welcome back here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. I'm Nick Sturdivant. Carlene is here, but also Brittany Van Voorhees is here. Brittany is here, giving us a forecast. We haven't done this in a while.
The gang's all here.
Yeah.
It's been quiet. It's a good thing, though. It's been quiet on the weather front.
It has. Also, Nick, you know I love you, but I did have a special someone from home watching WCNC Plus earlier, and I got a text in all caps. Carlene Bragg on WCNC Plus. So,
Sometimes the stars come out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know, I'm not mad at it.
Well,
I'm not.
I always tell you that Roger, my dog, is the #1 viewer.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually got home the other day from work, and it was on still, which I didn't even think about. And he was watching the Hurricane Katrina special with Brad Panovich. So he's a big Brad fan as well.
Shout out to Rod. Shout out to Turkey.
Yeah, of course.
Best friends.
Best friends forever.
Best friends forever.
Yeah.
Man, I'm your best friend forever, Brittany, because of this weather. It is PSL weather.
Starting to change, though.
It is actually going to, you probably want to put that in some ice.
Splash weather.
You probably want to put that PSL in some ice.
I always drink iced coffee. I don't like hot drinks. They burn my face.
Okay. I had the best iced coffee. I got excited. I got way too
go
excited.
ahead. Oh, go ahead.
I had the best iced coffee this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, did you make it?
I did not make it. I usually make my coffee.
Yeah.
But I did. I was like, you know what? Feeling a little fancy today.
Fancy.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
I imagine you with a cup and you
I thought you meant finger up, like fancy, but then you did this, and all I'm thinking about is Austin Powers.
Austin
Yeah.
Powers.
I'm like, that's not
Fancy.
I had a golden milk latte
Okay.
with almond milk.
Oh.
What makes it golden?
I don't know. But it was really good.
Are you going to shout out where you got it from?
Yeah, Nice Swim Coffee.
Okay, great. Local?
Local, yeah,
We
local,
love to see it.
Love to see it.
local spot, good coffee. Well, I could speak for that. That's the one I've had. So yeah, try it. It's good. I really liked it. It made my morning. That was pretty
for
good
you.
coffee. I love iced coffee.
Yeah. I'm just weird. I don't know. I must have some kind of trauma of drinking like hot drinks as a kid that I don't
You burned your
remember.
mouth on it?
Yeah, because I don't like hot beverages. Hot chocolate, hot
Really?
coffee.
I love a good hot-
It's almost like as I drink them, I'm so nervous.
I love a good hot tea, a good hot cider.
Yeah, I'm the weirdo drinking iced coffee when it's like December.
I'm the same way though. I love iced coffee when it's cold outside.
Yeah. I'll have like my mittens on. Like,
Oh my god.
all right, let's shift gears
Enough
here.
of my shenanigans.
Speaking of the dogs, it is still a very, very nice day to take the dogs out for a walk. I would definitely keep an eye on their feet though as we get closer to the weekend, because as of right now, still sunny, still seeing some clouds mixing in. But what you're going to notice, especially the next 2 days, is an increase in our local humidity. And with that being said, there's also an increase in moisture, and that has resulted in rain mainly to the mountains and foothills the next few days. We're going to look at future casts a little bit later where you'll be able to see kind of how that rain breaks down as it gets closer to us here in the Charlotte area. But this is a live picture there from App State. It's not actively raining right now, but if you look at where they're doing construction, it looks like this is from the Convocation Center view. You can see that the dirt is wet, so it's pretty muddy right now. We were dealing with during midday a lot of people on the roads. You could see taking it slow because the roads were a little bit slick. It wasn't heavy rain, so it looks like a lot of that has evaporated, but it's just not a great day right in the mountains. Pretty gloomy. Here's a live picture right now of radar. Again, you can see light rain for the most part and moving out of our area. Wilkes County seeing some action as well as just north of us near Yadkinville over toward Mount Airy. But again, most of the Charlotte area is dry. I did see a few sprinkles, a few areas of more moderate rain on the western side of Cleveland County a few hours ago, but again, a lot of that has broken down the further south and east it goes. And the reason why is we have a teeny little trough of low pressure that's over the mountains right now. That, of course, is what's resulting in some of this rain, but what's happening is that as it's trying to move east and southeast, it's entering a very, very stable air mass. That's why we're still dry. We still have really, really low dew points right now, and so with the stable air mass, it's hard for rain to fall, right? There's no trigger, but what is going to help the trigger is going to be that cold front right here that you can see is over parts of Kentucky and Tennessee. That is eventually moving toward us Saturday. Now I know it's multiple days to keep in mind, but essentially near term we have little to no rain chances because that little trough is pretty weak. But Friday and then into Saturday, humidity creeps up. Saturday's the cold front, and then we have big changes. So there's Futurecast the rest of the day. Again, you could very clearly see the rain breaking down. We'll see the same thing tomorrow. Notice clouds early, some light to moderate rain. But as it tries to move east and southeast, we start to see some of that action break down. Very, very limited potential for rain overall in the Charlotte area. I went 20% today just to indicate that slow and chance of rain we had earlier, and then about 30% tomorrow. Again, those could change, those could lower as we get closer, but I just wanted to indicate the difference, of course, between what we'll see today, tomorrow versus what we'll see on Saturday. Mostly dry tomorrow. And if you look really closely to Saturday in that northwestern corner, we can't go out that far yet because it's not late enough. We're 68 hours away from this time, 10 o'clock. But if you look up there toward Tennessee and Kentucky, if you got this on the big screen at home, there's some heavy rain there. And that's because we're going to be tracking some better chances for rain Saturday afternoon. So in the near term, very, very isolated, 20%. Again, we're dry this evening, but this is where we start to see that humidity change. We're smiles now, but Nick Sturdivant is going to have a Nick ick probably by this time on Friday because you'll see those scary faces, the sad faces, humidity creeping back up. And then temperatures are going to get hotter too. So today we're in the low to mid 80s. Tomorrow, pretty close to that average of 86. And then I was really, really hoping that we would stay strong with the 80s on Sunday night. Last day, of course, I worked before today. We were looking like 88 was a maximum, and I was very, very happy and confident we weren't going to hit 90. But the models have just gone all over the place with the heat. So now our current forecast is at 91 to 92. Now this is normal for this time of year. We talked about this a lot last week. I know Brad's been talking about our average latest 90-degree day in Charlotte is the 12th. So this would be the 5th and the 6th. So it's right on cue. It's just been so nice. I think most people were hoping it would stay that way. But it's fine. We can get through 2 splish splash days, as Carlene likes to call them.
Splish
and then
splash.
we'll be more fall-like this time next week. Now, if you're trying to splish splash, and again, she's referring to anything that's outside on the water, lake, whatever, Friday, great. Early Saturday, fine. Before the storms. So remember, there are storms returning Saturday afternoon. In the tropics, we're a week away from the historic peak of hurricane season. One tropical system to watch. High chance it becomes our next tropical depression over the next week. Here's the great thing about where it is right now is that most systems, again, most systems that happen this, or when I say happen, that form this far east, normally take a trek out to sea just based on how far east they form. It's just a very normal positioning. Again, something we'll watch, keep an eye on, but nothing we're concerned about right now. There's plenty of water temperatures that are nice and warm to work with that. Not a lot of wind shear. Of course, as we know, as it gets closer to the United States, if it were to ever get there, we have a lot of cold water just off our coastlines, and that's because of upwelling from Erin. So that, of course, is good news. If you went to the coastline, to the beaches of the Carolinas during Labor Day weekend, you probably noticed that water was pretty chilly. So next storm name up on the list is Gabrielle. That would be the G name. As you know, we alternate between every single year. Male and female alternates. That's why you have Andrea, then Barry, then Chantal, then Dexter, Aaron, then Fernan. Also a mix, of course, as we know, English, Spanish, and French names and pronunciations. So after Gabrielle, one of my personal favorites, Umberto. So hopefully we at least get. Hopefully Umberto stays away, but I do. It's one of my favorite names that we've ever talked about. Here's a 7-day forecast. Again, tomorrow, very limited chance for rain. Friday, nice and dry. Afternoon storms become likely Saturday afternoon, and then cooler and drier air eventually returns by late next week. Looking at the extended forecast, it does look like that cooler air stays strong. I'm seeing a lot of upper 70s and lower 80s. So
I like it.
I said this last week. I was hoping that we had our last 90-degree day. It doesn't look like that will happen, but I'm pretty confident at this point, 5th and 6th will be the last. It's very abnormal to see late September 90-degree days because we start to transition to a lot of cold fronts. You know, you get that pattern. Of course, if we get a tropical system, that normally means clouds and rain, so you're automatically staying cooler. So I have all my fingers and toes crossed that Friday and Saturday are our last 90s.
I'm done with the 90s until next year.